Okay, so hello. Yes, I'm going to present you an office building. It's called Green Office. It's a registered mark by Bouygues Immobilier. Bouygues Immobilier is one of our main property manager in France, and the Green Office concept is about zero energy offices buildings. The project I'm going to show you is nearby Paris, in a town called Rueil-Malmaison, just nearby the tube station, and it's 35,000 square meters of zero energy offices building. So you can have an image of the project, and you will see that the form of the building is a bit like a bat. And on the south side, you have all the railway of what we call in France RER. It's a railway, but for tubes that goes outside Paris. The architect of the project is Villemot, and we've been working on the energy efficiency of the project. So here's another nice view. So when you see the image, in fact, at first, as the main facade is on the south side, we had worked with the architect to have some light shelves, but unfortunately, when we present the project to the mayor team, they refused it because they thought it was not very nice, even if it was very good for energy efficiency. So it was forbidden, and we had instead, they wanted a nice animated facade because many people take the train every day and are going to pass in front of the building. So they wanted something with a very nice image, and that's why we had to change the project. And I will tell you what we put at the end. The concept of zero energy is we now have in France a zero energy labeling, which is called FranceGreen. So of course the project is eligible to this labeling, but also what our clients, the property manager, wanted was a zero energy concept based on heating, cooling, lighting, hot water, and all the electricity auxiliary with the dynamic calculations. And so we had to do all the calculation to this zero energy goal. And it's what is a bit special is that we have a guarantee on zero energy building, and we have a guarantee on the energy and all the repairs expenses, I think, during 10 years. So it's quite a huge responsibility because it's not only a design responsibility, it's also for the end users. And we've got the French sustainable certification HQE on the project, and also a BREEAM certification. Half of the building will be the headquarters of Unilever company, the French headquarters. And the other half is divided in four different companies. Among them there is American Express. So the project is based, of course, with a very huge goal on energy, but also on sustainability. And our clients wanted many targets based on very performing targets. Energy, waste maintenance, and water well-being, and hydrothermic comfort. And another few targets, but all the targets, even acoustic, even if acoustic is just a base target, the quality is very good because in this sustainability certification, all the base requirements are really very good. We also have the BREEAM certification, as you can see it, and it's an excellent goal. The asset of the target was that we had very ambitious energy and sustainability goals, and a great team with many specialists on the different subjects, and we had loads and loads of weekly meetings to find the best solution for the project, and especially as I'm going to present you the TAP solution. It was we had many meetings together to compromise between the energy efficiency side and the acoustic side, and the fire problem and the electricity problem, and it was and the lighting problem, and it was really not easy to find the best solution for all the people. So the project is in fact, the huge bat is separated into 2 buildings. And we've got 7 levels, and 7 levels of offices building, and 3 levels of car parking, and we also have a restaurant at the ground floor. So now you have a view of the project from the sky. The facade is, we have about 60% of glazing on the facade, and we will have some sunscreen, outside sunscreen, which will be regulated by BMA and sun sensors. The energy principles is for zero energy buildings. Of course, we have a PV on the roof. We have a very good envelope with a very good facade, very good glazing choices and shadings. We have ground. We have yes, groundwater. And we have a heat pump that is going to be linked with some taps, some concrete core, in fact, and some units which are going to be based in the floor. So that's principles, that's cooling, and you see in offices principles with we have the concrete core, which is going to give us, of course, heat during the winter, and it's going to be cooled, but naturally cooled. It would be geocooling for the summer, because it's not going to go through the heat pump. It's going to be directly into the ceiling, and we have some suspended acoustic elements from Econfort, of course, with lighting inside, and you can see at the bottom of the screen we have what we call the UCI. It's in fact a German product which is going to do the ventilation. So it's going to be across with a heat exchanger ventilation in every I don't know, every 2 meters, and it has also 4 pipes for heating and cooling when the concrete core is not enough. And so you see the principle here. You see also the elements that are in the ground and how it works. So this is the concrete core, in fact, principle that we had. So it's really based on a ceiling. That's floor offices, and how the pipes are in the concrete. And what was very difficult was to find the best compromise on the surface area of the acoustic panels, and of course the concrete core, because we were a bit afraid, and all the studies were made 3 years ago, and we did not have all the tools that were presented yesterday to find the best solution. And we were a bit afraid that if we were covering the ceiling with too much acoustic panels, it will be a problem for the project. And the other problem we had, it was that we wanted a very good target for our sustainable certification for lighting comfort, and it was very difficult to find the right lightings to put in this acoustic ceiling, and how to how to order them in the offices. So that's another view of the offices area, and that's the final view, because the project is going to be delivered to the end user within a month. So now we are doing all the reception of the project to see if everything is working, and we're working on all the BMA's activation of the project. And what is really surprising, because when we've worked on the design, we only saw all the difficulties we had, and when we entered the project, when it was delivered, the first offices were delivered, it gave a fantastic impression of height, because usually in France most of the offices building are the height is to 2.5 meters, and in fact, okay, it's normal, we get used to it. But when you enter an office, and when you have more than those, because with the height to the concrete is 2.7 or 2.8, and it gives a fantastic impression of being in a great office, and really it cannot be scientifically explained, but it's really fantastic, and you just say, oh, I want to work in those offices. It's so nice, and all the glazing outside. And it's true that with the view of the south, we have lots of noise outside because of the railway, but on the south, we have no other buildings, so it's also very nice not to see the neighbors. When we did all the calculation, what was quite surprising was that, in fact, for heating, we only had 2 kilowatt-hour per square meters, so it's very, very low, because we have so much solar gains during the winter with this south facade, because we're very lucky in France. We have lots of sun in the winter, well, even Paris. And for the cooling, we have only between 3 and 4 kilowatt-hour per square meter, because we use lots of free energy from the groundwater. Lighting is about 4, and what was very shocking was all the electrical auxiliary, so all the pumps and mainly the pumps that to take all the water from the groundwater. So it's the main, in fact, consumptions. Usage. And the other one is also hot water, because we have a very good French product to produce the hot water for the restaurant. It's a heat pump that is connected to the waste waters. So we have lots of free energy for the restaurants, so that was not really the problem, despite we had lots of needs. But we had lots of problems in all the toilets area, because we don't have very efficient solutions for those places, and our property manager didn't want us to forbid hot water in offices, even if for us it was really a big waste to put hot water in offices where in fact people do not use it. And we produce so lots of energy thanks to the PV. We also calculated all the, of course, all the other energy consumptions, and you see that in fact the first screen is everything is very low, and most of them are below 5 kilowatt-hour per square meter, and of course most of the usage are the others, like for computers and for ventilation of the parkings and all also the process of the kitchen are quite huge energy consumptions. The problem is that with the 6 floors we could not compensate all the energy because we didn't have enough area on the roof. So thank you for your attention.